The introduction of the Cluckin Bell Farm Raid update got me thinking about all of the other updates that we've had in the past few years. I think there's a lot Rockstar Games could have done differently. Let's get into it. Years ago, we used to get multiple updates a year. For example, a few years after the game came out, let's say 2016, we got more than just 2 updates. We got the Drop Zone update, the Be My Valentine update, the Lowriders Custom Classics update, the Further Adventures in Finance and Felony update, Cunning Stunts update, the Bikers update, and the import and export update. Rockstar Games decided to be more ambitious with the updates in GTA Online, so that meant they had to focus on making less frequent but bigger updates. Ever since 2019, we've only ever had 2 content updates a year, but back then we didn't complain. The updates were better than ever. I'm sure you're all aware of how great updates such as the Cayo Perico Heist, the Diamond Casino and the Diamond Casino Heist were. I mean, a lot of players are still playing the content from those updates to this day. People still love doing a Diamond Casino Heist with their friends, and people even still play Cayo Perico after its nerf. If you were around for when those updates released, you'd know how special they were. Especially the Cayo Perico Heist, because there was a lot of hype around it at the time. Anyway, the fact that people still enjoy the content from those updates says a lot about those updates themselves. Those updates have been out for 5 and 4 years now. And let's not forget about the best summer update that we've ever had in GTA Online, the Los Santos Tuners update. There was so much hype around that update at the time. It had far exceeded expectations considering that the previous summer's update was the Los Santos Summer Special. And if you were there for the Los Santos Summer Special, you know what that DLC was like. So yes, we started getting less frequent updates, but the content that we were getting was far better. No one was complaining. And just a bit off script here. Those updates, by the way, the Diamond Casino Heist and the Cayo Perico Heist came out at such a good time. We really needed something special in GTA Online, and you know what, Rockstar delivered. Fair play to them. Moving into more recent times, 2021 and onwards, the content hasn't really been that great. All of the DLCs after the contract update have had a mixed reception. The Criminal Enterprises didn't do much for the game and was really poorly received because everyone was expecting the update to be just as good as the previous summer's update, the Los Santos Tuners update. I think everyone could have cut that DLC some slack because the content that we did get, mainly with the vehicles, especially during the drip feed, I did enjoy. I think they added in some good vehicles. But yeah, the rest of the DLC could have been better. The update after that, the Los Santos Drug Wars update, also suffered the same fate. Many people preferred the last winter's update, the contract update. Then moving on into 2023, we got another lackluster update in the summer with the San Andreas Mercenaries update, which by the way removed more content than what it added in. Hundreds of cars were removed from websites, meaning players could no longer purchase them. And let's not forget about the cars that they added in during that update. You may like some of them, but they all seem like random vehicles to add in. No one wanted them. Then the most recent update, the Chop Shop update, could have been better, but by this point people weren't expecting much. The new robberies were alright, but I think they were a drop in quality over some of the previous things. Anyway, none of those updates added in anything that substantial considering the type of content that we were getting previously. There was nothing with any true replay value. Yes, there was things from those updates that you could grind to make money, but none of those activities were any good, and neither were they as rewarding as past content. So with every update, people were disappointed. Not everyone, just mainly those looking for some new content to grind. We can't forget that there's people that just play GTA Online to check out new updates, so I doubt they would have known any better. Now there is an explanation as to why we got a drop in quality when it comes to the updates. GTA 6 is pretty much right around the corner. I imagine that most of the people that were working on GTA Online are now working on GTA 6 in one way or another. So we should have been expecting something like this to happen. In fact, many of us were. I don't think there's any need for Rockstar Games to keep on making updates like a Cayo Perico. I'm fine with them focusing on GTA 6. Updates like Cayo Perico take a lot of time to make, and they just haven't got the manpower for it anymore. I just think looking back over the last few years that Rockstar Games could have handled the most recent updates a lot better. Like I said, it was the Cluckin Bell Farm Raid update that got me thinking about this, which by the way, that update isn't even a proper update, it's just content from the Chop Shop update that they've decided to drip feed in. So let's use the Cluckin Bell Farm Raid as an example. To say it wasn't much of an update, lots of people were looking forward to it. I'd argue just as many people were looking forward to this update just as they would with any other. I know that because I was live streaming its release and there was lots of people in my live stream, and a lot of those people were disappointed. Lots and lots of people have been enjoying the Cluckin Bell Farm Raid itself, and thinking about it now, we should have had something like this a lot sooner. People have been starving for years for isolate content, and Rockstar Games have finally answered, and they answered with the Cluckin Bell Farm Raid. Yes, the raid isn't exactly what you'd expect from a regular GTA Online Ice experience, but the similarities are there. I'd say the raid is more more like a contact mission mixed with an heist. And looking back now, I can't believe they haven't done this sooner. Yes, you could argue some of the content we've had is similar, but this raid is fantastic and it is definitely a lot better than the missions that we were getting with every other single update as of late. Let's go back to when we got the last dose missions last year. Thinking about it now, it would have been so much better if we got something like the Cluckin Bell Farm Raid, but you did it with Dax instead. The raid is far more replayable than what those missions are. If we got a raid for Dax instead of missions last year, I bet more people would still be playing that content today. I'm not saying people aren't playing those missions, just that there's no one going back to play them as there's no incentive. Let's see more raids going forward, even though there's not much time left until GTA 6. So how should Rockstar have handled GTA Online over the last few years? Well, the concept of the Cluckin Bell Farm Raid should have been done a lot sooner. Like I said, people have been starving for heist-like content, and that raid is the answer to that starvation. The Cluckin Bell Farm Raid is far more replayable and more rewarding when it comes to making money than any bit of content we've had since 2021. We really could have done with at least a few of these over the last few years. At the start of the video, I had a look back at how many updates we used to get a year. I think with the updates not being as major, that we should have definitely got more updates. I'm not saying they had to be anything special, they just had to be updates that added in highly requested cars, new weapons, clothing, and even maybe a new garage or something like that. I'd actually argue that people are the most excited to see what vehicles we're getting in an update, as players are typically looking forward to spending their money. So with that being the case, I think people would have loved having the odd extra update that just added in vehicles. I think if we had started getting 4 updates a year after the contract update, I don't think people would have been bothered about the drop in quality. Like what we were saying with how many people looking forward to the Cluckin Bell Farm Raid update, people still want content for GTA Online, and they aren't bothered about how big or small it is. Well, not these days anyway. People just want content to keep the game going and give them a reason to play, a reason to spend their in-game money. People don't want to feel as if all that money grinding has gone to waste, and that's why with Rockstar Games working on GTA 6, we should have been receiving smaller yet more streamlined updates over the last couple of years. We all understand Rockstar Games are in crunch time when it comes to GTA 6, but with something such as GTA Plus existing, having more frequent, less major updates was what was needed over the last few years. So to put it shortly, I think they could have done a better job with some of the previous content that they added in, such as instead of adding in missions, they should have done something like the Cluckin Bell Farm Raid a lot sooner. I think they should have also focused more on things such as vehicles, weapons and properties, just like all GTA Online updates. Yes, GTA 6 is right around the corner, but especially with GTA Plus being a thing, we deserved a lot better since 2021. In fact, just because GTA Plus exists should have meant we should have been getting more content and not less of it. If they're getting more money off us, they should be putting more into the game. Anyway, going forward with GTA Online, I'm not expecting much before GTA 6, but we've just had something great added in with the Cluckin Bell Farm Raid, so who knows, Rockstar Games could surprise us. They could even end GTA Online with something massive. Maybe a heist with Michael from single player, who knows, that could be a possibility. Anyway guys, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. What should Rockstar Games have done differently, or did they do everything right? If you made it to the end of the video, make sure to leave a like and also subscribe if you are new. That's all for now, see you in the next one, goodbye.